A surprising insight about your sister-in-law has come to light. My beloved child. Don't skip, because what you are about to hear is not an ordinary story, and it is not something people discover every day. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. For a long time, you believed that every smile around you meant acceptance, every kind word meant trust, and every quiet moment meant nothing was happening behind the scenes. But today, a surprising insight about your sister-in-law has finally come to light, and once you understand it, many confusing moments from the past will suddenly begin to make sense. There were conversations that stopped the instant you entered the room. There were expressions that changed in a heartbeat. There were decisions that felt strangely influenced without anyone openly admitting it. At first, these moments looked ordinary, almost impossible to notice. But when tiny details repeat over and over, they stop being coincidences. They become clues. Don't skip, because the next revelation connects every one of those clues into a picture you were never expected to see. Something unexpected has been quietly growing beneath the surface. While everyone focused on obvious situations, the real story stayed hidden where almost nobody thought to look. Your sister-in-law has been carrying a perspective that few people ever recognized. It was never about loud arguments or dramatic confrontations. Instead, it lived inside silent observations, unspoken comparisons, and carefully chosen moments. Every family gathering revealed another small piece of the puzzle, but each piece appeared too insignificant to matter on its own. Only now do those scattered moments begin fitting together. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. Imagine discovering that the person you thought you completely understood had been viewing the entire family through a lens no one else noticed. That realization changes everything. It explains why certain reactions felt delayed, why unexpected tension appeared without warning, and why some conversations seemed to carry hidden meaning long after they ended. What comes next is even more surprising, because this hidden perspective has already influenced choices that reached much farther than anyone realized. Now the truth starts moving closer, and this is where everything becomes impossible to ignore. Don't skip, because the biggest discovery has not been revealed yet. There is one final detail that turns this entire story upside down. Someone recently noticed a pattern that had existed for much longer than anyone imagined, and once that pattern was recognized, every unanswered question suddenly pointed toward the same direction. It wasn't luck. It wasn't imagination. It was a connection hiding in plain sight, waiting for the right moment to be understood. The next step is the one nobody saw coming, because a conversation is approaching that could reveal what your sister-in-law has truly been holding back all this time. Whether those hidden thoughts lead to healing, honesty, or a completely unexpected twist is something you are about to discover. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and the next moment may reveal the one truth that changes how you see this entire story forever. Everything became even more unusual after that realization, because the smallest reactions started carrying the greatest meaning. Don't skip, because the story is only getting deeper. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. A quiet glance across the room, a brief pause before answering a simple question, and an unexpected silence during an ordinary family discussion suddenly felt connected. None of these moments seemed important when they happened, yet together they painted a picture nobody had expected. It was as if your sister-in-law had been watching every situation from a completely different point of view, noticing details that everyone else overlooked. She rarely revealed what she truly thought, choosing instead to observe while others spoke freely. That quiet habit made her seem mysterious, but it also allowed her to understand emotions long before anyone else recognized them. The surprising insight was not about a single event. It was about a pattern that had existed for much longer than anyone imagined. As that pattern became clearer, people slowly realized they had misunderstood her intentions from the very beginning. Every forgotten conversation, every overlooked expression, and every unexpected reaction began leading toward one unforgettable revelation. The more those hidden moments were remembered, the stronger the mystery became. One family gathering stood out more than all the others. While everyone laughed and carried on as usual, your sister-in-law quietly noticed something that no one else seemed to recognize. She didn't interrupt. She didn't draw attention to herself. Instead, she kept that observation locked away, waiting for the right moment. Days passed, then weeks, yet her behavior subtly changed. She became more thoughtful, more careful with her words, almost as if she knew a truth that could completely reshape how everyone viewed the family. Don't skip, because the next discovery is far bigger than anyone expected. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. As memories continued to surface, another realization appeared. Certain conversations that once felt meaningless suddenly carried hidden significance. Every pause had a reason. Every unanswered question had a purpose. Every unusual decision pointed toward the same hidden truth, and that truth was moving closer to the surface with every passing day. Now the tension could no longer be ignored. The atmosphere had changed, even if nobody openly admitted it. Somewhere within the family, someone was preparing to say something that had remained unspoken for far too long. Nobody knew exactly when that moment would arrive, but everyone could feel it approaching. Your sister-in-law stood at the center of a mystery that was finally beginning to unfold, and the closer people looked, the more unexpected the story became. Don't skip, because the biggest twist has still not arrived. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. A single conversation, one that seemed ordinary from the outside, was about to uncover a hidden layer that connected every strange event from the past. When those final pieces come together, the truth may surprise everyone involved, leaving the entire family looking back at old memories with completely different eyes. And what is about to be revealed next is the one detail that nobody, not even the closest family member, ever saw coming. The closer everyone came to the truth, the quieter the entire situation became. That silence was no longer comfortable, it carried questions that nobody dared to ask aloud. Don't skip, because the most unexpected discovery is still ahead. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. One evening, an ordinary family conversation took an unusual turn when someone casually mentioned an event from months ago. Most people laughed and moved on, but your sister-in-law's expression changed for just a brief second. It was almost impossible to notice unless you were paying close attention. That tiny reaction unlocked a chain of forgotten memories. Suddenly, people remembered similar moments where she had paused before speaking, changed the subject without explanation, or quietly stepped away just as an important discussion began. None of those actions seemed meaningful at the time, but together they formed a pattern too clear to ignore. It was becoming obvious that she had been carrying a perspective no one had fully understood. She wasn't creating confusion, she was quietly processing information that others overlooked. Every passing day added another missing piece, making the mystery larger instead of smaller. The more everyone reflected on the past, the more impossible it became to dismiss the feeling that something significant had been hidden in plain sight all along. As those forgotten moments resurfaced, another surprising realization began to emerge. It wasn't one dramatic incident that changed everything, it was dozens of tiny details that finally connected like pieces of an unfinished puzzle. A simple compliment remembered from months earlier suddenly carried a completely different meaning. A family decision that once seemed random now appeared carefully influenced by circumstances no one had recognized before. Even the smallest exchanges started revealing layers that had never been noticed. Don't skip, because this is where everything begins to shift. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. People who once believed they understood the entire situation found themselves questioning everything they thought they knew. They replayed conversations in their minds, wondering how they had missed so many signs. The surprising insight wasn't exposing a secret, it was exposing a misunderstanding that had quietly grown over time. Every overlooked glance, every thoughtful pause, and every unexpected silence now pointed toward the same conclusion: the story everyone believed was incomplete. There was another side waiting to be uncovered, and once it came into the light, it would change how the entire family remembered the past. Now the atmosphere felt different in a way that could not be ignored. There was a growing sense that the next conversation would finally answer the questions that had been building for so long. Nobody knew exactly who would speak first, but everyone could sense that the moment was drawing closer. Don't skip, because the biggest turning point has not happened yet. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. A single forgotten detail was about to return at exactly the right time, connecting every mysterious moment into one unforgettable revelation. When that final piece appears, it may completely transform the way your sister-in-law is seen by everyone around her. What once looked ordinary could suddenly become extraordinary, and what once seemed like silence may finally reveal the hidden truth that had been waiting patiently beneath the surface. The next moment is closer than anyone realizes, and when it arrives, nothing about this story will ever feel the same again. A single unexpected moment finally began pulling every hidden thread together. Don't skip, because what happens next changes the entire direction of this story. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. What seemed like another ordinary family gathering slowly transformed into something no one could have predicted. The room was filled with familiar conversations, yet beneath every smile there was a quiet feeling that something important was about to surface. Then someone mentioned an old family memory that almost everyone had forgotten. The conversation paused. Your sister-in-law looked down for a brief moment before lifting her eyes again, and that silent reaction caught everyone's attention. It wasn't dramatic, but it was unforgettable. Suddenly, people began remembering other moments that had once seemed meaningless, times when she quietly defended someone without taking credit, moments when she chose peace instead of proving herself right, and situations where she stepped back even though she could have easily spoken first. Those forgotten memories started fitting together with incredible clarity. The surprising insight wasn't revealing someone completely different, it was revealing a side of her that had always existed but had remained hidden behind misunderstandings. Every assumption that had been made without knowing the full story now felt incomplete, and the truth was beginning to replace years of uncertainty. As the pieces continued coming together, another layer of the mystery quietly unfolded. Don't skip, because the next revelation is even more surprising. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. Someone finally pointed out a pattern that had escaped everyone's attention for years. Whenever difficult situations appeared, your sister-in-law never rushed to explain herself. Instead, she allowed time to pass, believing that actions would eventually speak louder than explanations. At first, that silence caused confusion, and some people misunderstood it completely. But now those same moments were being viewed through a different lens. Family members started realizing that several misunderstandings had grown simply because nobody had ever asked the right questions. Every delayed response, every calm decision, and every unexpected act of patience suddenly carried a meaning that had never been recognized before. The atmosphere shifted as people quietly reflected on how easily first impressions can become permanent stories. The more they remembered, the more they realized that the truth had been standing in front of them the entire time, waiting for someone willing to look beyond appearances. Now the story reached a point where turning back was impossible. Don't skip, because the biggest surprise is closer than ever. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. There was one final memory that had not yet been spoken aloud. A small moment that everyone had overlooked because it seemed too ordinary to matter. Yet that forgotten moment held the key to everything. Once it is finally revealed, the entire picture will become clear, and people may discover that the person they judged the least understood the situation the most. A single conversation is about to uncover that missing piece, and when those words are finally spoken, years of unanswered questions could suddenly find their answers. What follows may not only reshape the way your sister-in-law is seen, but also change the way every family member looks at trust, understanding, and the quiet strength that often goes unnoticed until the truth finally comes to light. The moment everyone had unknowingly been moving toward finally arrived. Don't skip, because this is where every hidden clue begins to reveal its true meaning. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. The room felt unusually quiet, not because people had nothing to say, but because they were waiting for someone to break the silence. Then, without warning, an old family keepsake was placed on the table. It wasn't valuable because of money, it was valuable because of the memories connected to it. As everyone looked at it, forgotten conversations returned one by one. Suddenly, your sister-in-law calmly explained why she had remained silent during certain situations and why she had never tried to defend herself against assumptions. She admitted that speaking too early would only have created more confusion, so she chose patience instead of conflict. Those words changed the atmosphere immediately. Faces that once carried doubt now reflected surprise. People realized that what they had interpreted as distance had actually been restraint, and what they had mistaken for indifference had been careful thought. The insight that had finally come to light was not built on rumors or dramatic accusations, it was built on understanding, and that understanding was more powerful than anyone expected. As the conversation continued, another unexpected truth quietly emerged. Don't skip, because the biggest emotional shift is happening right now. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. Family members began remembering times when your sister-in-law had quietly supported others without asking for recognition. She had encouraged difficult conversations, helped resolve disagreements behind the scenes, and protected family harmony in ways that few people ever noticed. Those actions had remained invisible because she never spoke about them afterward. One by one, people started sharing memories that had been buried for years, and together they formed a completely different picture of who she truly was. Every story added another layer of understanding. Every memory erased another misunderstanding. The realization spread through the room that judging someone by isolated moments had hidden a much bigger truth. Sometimes the strongest character is revealed not through loud words but through quiet consistency, and that was exactly what everyone was finally beginning to see. Now the final pieces settled into place, and the mystery that had seemed impossible to solve suddenly became clear. Don't skip, because the ending is closer than you think. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. The surprising insight about your sister-in-law had never been about uncovering a shocking secret. It was about uncovering a hidden reality that had been overlooked for far too long. The family walked away with more than answers. They walked away with a new understanding of trust, patience, and the importance of looking beyond first impressions. Yet even as the conversation came to an end, one question remained unanswered. There was still one forgotten memory that had never been shared, one final detail known by only a single person. If that last piece ever comes into the light, it could reveal an even deeper connection that nobody has imagined yet, and that revelation may become the most unforgettable chapter of this entire story.